This is our daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis for July 29, 2019, Monday, in preparation for the next trading day on Tuesday. So today I'm going to talk about 10 different stocks. I'll give you my technical analysis followed by my proprietary trade and volume distribution and through market sentiment charts and my interpretation on what we're going to see on those charts. And then after which I'm going to give you my overall sentiment followed by my recommendations whether you already have a position in that stock or you're yet to enter a new position. So I'd like to remind everyone that this discussion, this video is for short-term trading purposes only. Short-term trading purposes, okay? Lastly, if and when any of these 10 stocks begin at a price higher or lower than whatever dominant range that you're going to see, that you're about to see and that you're about to hear, make sure that you immediately post a request for that stock or for those stocks latest trade and volume distribution and through market sentiment charts in our private clients forum. Of course, if you have them or if you are interested in trading the names. My name is JC De Guzman. Let's begin with CHP. CHP closed today at 2.97. It managed to broke above its previous resistance at 2.88, and that one is now acting as its immediate support, whereas the immediate resistance is pegged at 3.18. The alignment of the three simple moving averages that I have on my screen is in a perfect bullish position or bullish alignment. The 10 MACD combo is, well, let's verify. It's about to be revalidated. MACD is poised to cross above the signal line. Okay, one more green candlestick on Tuesday. We're going to have a revalidated 10 MACD combination. Foreign investors registered a net foreign buying worth 11.5 million pesos. RSI is still far from the classical overbought level, meaning to say if in case our momentum power indicator will be bullish or is bullish, which we are yet to find out, then I would say that CHP still has more than enough gas to make an attempt to break above 3.18. So let's check in a few seconds from now if our momentum power indicator, if the 4-point criteria of our momentum power indicator are present. For now, I'd like to say that CHP has a moderate risk level already. So those who attended the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market, I mentioned something to you about trading the stocks that are aligned with your personal risk tolerance according to the risk level. Okay? If you are a relatively new stock trader, stick with stocks that have a low to moderate risk level. CHP has a moderate risk. Okay, now based on the DMI, CHP is not yet in a confirmed strong upward momentum, but it's getting there. So now let's check. Here, our momentum power indicator is bullish because the position of the dominant range closer to the intraday high than the intraday low completes the 4-point criteria. The dominant range is between 2.9 to 2.97. Again, momentum power indicator is bullish. The true market sentiment for CHP is bearish. Okay, it's bearish, meaning to say there's not much confidence that coming from the top 10 brokers to buy CHP at a much higher level. But here, we are seeing a tall green candlestick and a tall volume bar. That's why our momentum power indicator is bullish on CHP. My overall sentiment for CHP in the short term is bullish. If you have had CHP, let's say you preempted the 10 MACD combo on Monday or maybe last Friday, if you did, you still have some data-driven reason for you to top up within the dominant range because the momentum power indicator is bullish. If you are yet to enter a new position, then you can go ahead also do it within the dominant range. Like what I mentioned in the introduction, if any of these 10 stocks begin at a price lower or higher than their dominant range, make sure that you post a request for the stock's latest TVD, and TMS charts in our private clients forum. I am bullish on CHP. Next, we have, what's next in our list? Is it PXP? Oh, okay, it's PXP. All right. PXP closed today at 9 pesos, 9 peso per share. Support is at 6.78. Resistance is at 10.05. Our 10 SMACD combo is valid. Foreign investors registered an insignificant amount of a net foreign buying worth 880,000 pesos. The upward momentum is not yet in a very strong level or very strong category, not yet there, but it's getting there. Risk level is, okay, take note, it's already extremely high for PXP. Take note, risk level is already extremely high. RSI is still in the neutral level, I would say. Neutral level. Let's see if our momentum power indicator is bullish. Yes, it is. The dominant range is between 8.8 to 9 pesos, 9 pesos per share. Okay, 8.8 to 9. Momentum power indicator is bullish. How about the true market sentiment? Okay, our true market sentiment is bearish for PXP still, probably because the majority of the top 10 brokers don't have that much confidence yet. Probably again because knowing that risk level is in an extremely high, they would like to be on a wait and see mode, waiting for signs of a sustainable ascent on PXP. Well, the good thing about here us at Equalist Analytics is that we have this momentum power indicator in our 10 SMACD combo to have a data-driven basis about the likelihood for the stock's ascent or descent to continue. We can have a data-driven basis to forecast that likelihood. In the case of PXP, given that our momentum power indicator is bullish and our 10 SMACD combo is present or valid, I would say that there's a high probability for PXP to retest the resistance at 10.05. I would like to mention, by the way, this should have been part of the introduction, that for those of you who are yet to enter a new position, there's an extra process that you must go through. Again, this is not a suggestion. This is more of a command, right? So you have to calculate your reward to risk ratio first. Even if the 10 SMACD combo is valid, even if our momentum power indicator is bullish, you must be satisfied first with your calculated reward to risk ratio before you push the test buy button. If you are not satisfied with the reward to risk ratio, you're better off waiting for the stock to pull back near its immediate support or for it to break out above its nearest immediate resistance. Okay? I mentioned that very clear during the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market Advanced Technical Analysis Seminar. Yes? Check on your handouts, please. It's written there. So that's my overall sentiment for PXP. It's still bullish in the short term. If you have had PXP, you can go ahead and do a test buy within the dominant range. No, not test buy, but top up. Now, if you would like to enter a new position, then you can also go ahead and do a test buy within the dominant range, provided you are satisfied with your RRR, reward to risk ratio. After PXP, we got ALCO. ALCO closed today at 1.12. Support is at, let me adjust this one. Support is at 1 peso per share. Resistance is at 1.15. If it breaks above 1.15, the next resistance would be considerably at 1.36, aligned with the 23.6% retracement of our down Fibonacci. So 1.36 will be a precursor to the next resistance at 1.62. Okay, so I'm not going to mention the participation of the foreign investors because it's insignificant. We're not going to factor that in. Our 10 SMACD combo is present on ALCO. I like the bullish alignment of its 3 simple moving averages, by the way. and the RSI is still quite distant from the classical overbought level, meaning to say if our momentum power indicator is bullish, then there's still more gas for ALCO to make an attempt to break above 1.15. Risk level is moderate. The upward momentum is already very strong. It already has that level, very strong category in terms of upward momentum for ALCO. Let's check if the momentum power indicator is bullish. Yes, it is. The dominant range is at 1.08 to 1.12. True market sentiment for ALCO is bullish as well. Wow, it's bullish. So congratulations to those who entered a new position sometime in the last week of May when it broke out from its consolidation phase. That was also the time, sometime in June rather, maybe first or second week of June. That was the time when the 10 MACD combo was revalidated and the momentum power indicator became bullish. Congratulations. That was the time when ALCO was trading between 0.8 to 0.85, and look where it is right now. Wow. How much money have you made already? Okay, so just make sure that you follow your trailing stop loss. Okay, respect your trailing stop loss. If you're planning to add more shares, you can go ahead and do it within the dominant range. If you're planning to enter a new position, my overall sentiment is bullish, but you have to calculate and be satisfied with your reward to risk ratio first before you do a test buy. Okay, I've given you the resistance above 1.15 already. Again, it's at 1.36, a precursor to 1.62. After ALCO, we got RCB, Rizal Commercial Banking. It closed today at 30 pesos per share. Support is at 28.8. Resistance is at 30.65 as a precursor to 35.4. I like the perfect bullish alignment of its three simple moving averages. Our 10 MACD combo is very present or valid. It we first get a revalidated 10 MACD combo sometime in the second or third week of July 17 or July 18. Congratulations again for those who caught that signal. That was the time when RCB was priced between 27.3 to 27.4. It's already at 30 pesos per share. It hit an intraday high of 31 pesos. Wow. Did it hit your trailing stop loss? That's already a good amount of money, huh? It's already a good amount of money. See how effective our 10 MACD combo and our momentum power indicator, the tandem of the two indicators, these two proprietary indicators. Yeah, I do hope you have now started to appreciate it by just you know by just back testing. You can actually back test that the 10 SMA combo, 10 MACD combo, and our momentum power indicator. Okay, how do you back test? By just looking at the chart, asking yourself when was the 10 MACD combo revalidated in the past. Okay, so just backtrack on the chart. Okay, the upward momentum, the positive DMI is above the negative DMI, but the upward momentum is yet to achieve that very strong label. Historical volatility or the risk level remains low. RSI is relatively closer to its classical overbought level already. That could be the sign why the intraday high of 31 retraced and closed at 30 pesos per share. So there was an eavesdropping stance coming from the top 10 brokers probably. So keep an eye to your trailing stop loss, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye to your trailing stop loss. Let's see if the momentum power indicator is bullish with respect to the closing price of 30. I would say that the dominant range is between 29 to 30 pesos per share. Okay, it's actually 28.5. Relatively speaking, it's like 29.5 to 30. It's closer to the intraday high, but I can sense some feeling of hesitation on by the looks of this trade and volume distribution chart, because while the dominant range is technically closer to the intraday high than the intraday low, it looks like it's concentrated towards the middle. Again, probably because RSI is nearing or inching up closer to the classical overbought level. Nonetheless, technically speaking, our momentum power indicator is bullish. The true market sentiment of RCB is, where it is, where is it? Bearish. Hesitation. Okay? So that's why you should keep an eye to your trailing stop loss. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to those who have had RCB, those who caught the validation of the tennis MACD combo in the second to third week, between the second to third week of July. Okay, trailing stop loss, don't forget. My overall sentiment is still bullish, but again, your trailing stop loss, please. If you're planning to do it to add more shares, I would suggest that you hold your position for now, even when RCB registers a price higher than 30 pesos per share. No, don't top up yet. Request for the stock's latest TVD and TMS charts in the private clients forum so you can have a data-driven basis if it's really worth it to top up. If the momentum power indicator is still bullish, of course. Okay. Now, for those of you who are just about to enter a new position, as always, take note that the last candlestick of RCB is now closer to its immediate resistance than its immediate support. You should be satisfied with your triple R before you push the test buy button within the dominant range. Okay? The answer will come from your personal risk tolerance and investment horizon if you will push the test buy button, not from me. What I can do for you is just to tell you that our proprietary indicators are bullish and that the ascent in price is more likely to continue, but there's also high probability for the price to bounce away once it touches 30.65 or 31 pesos per share once again, like what it did on Monday intraday price action. Okay, so consider all those things that happen and that might happen in the future before you do a test buy. Alright, there you go for RCB. After RCB, we got, which stock that we have? PPG. PPG closed today at 6.07. 6.07. Support is at 6 pesos per share. Okay. Resistance is at 7.2 in confluence with the 38.2% extension of our up Fibonacci. If it breaks below 6 pesos per share, again, support will be near 4.9 in confluence with the 61.8% retracement of our up Fibonacci. The tennis MACD combo is valid. Tennis MACD combo is valid. RSI is in the neutral level. Risk level is extremely high. Take note, risk level is extremely high. Not just high, but extremely high. I can't emphasize that enough. Okay, the upward momentum remains very strong. How about the momentum power indicator? Our momentum power indicator is also bullish. The dominant range is between 5.85 to 6.07. True market sentiment is, what is it? It's bullish also. Bullish. My overall sentiment for PPG is bullish. Congratulations also for those who managed to catch this good spot right here. That was the time when, let's see, way back the second week of April, second or third week of April, when it broke above its consolidation phase. That was the time when PPG was priced between 3.6 to 3.4. It's now at, it already hit what? The price of 7.25. Wow, that's more than 100% profit if you remain loyal and vigilant with our tennis MACD and momentum power indicators. Yes, see how effective the tandem of the two. Okay. Wow, more than 100% profit. Did you catch this? I hope you also did. Okay. So I am bullish on PPG. If you still have PPG because your trailing stop loss has not been hit yet, you can go ahead and add more shares within the dominant range. If you are yet to enter a new position, calculate your triple R, reward to risk ratio first. If you're satisfied about it or with it, go ahead and do the test buy within the dominant range as well. Okay. After PPG, we got ICT. ICT closed today at 129 pesos per share. It broke below its previous resistance at 133. Support therefore is at 120.2. In confluence with the 61.8% of the up Fibonacci, 61.8% retracement of the up Fibonacci. Unfortunately, the 10 SMACD combo is already invalid. We are already in the top 5 losers list. Okay. Once we are in the top 5 losers list, let's not check if the momentum power indicator is present because for sure it's already bearish as soon as we're talking about the top 5 losers in our video. Okay, now 10 SMACD combo is invalid. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling worth 40 million pesos. The downward momentum is very strong. The downward momentum is very strong. So watch out for the support at 120. Let's see if it will rebound there. So monitor ICT. We can make money on this stock as soon as these decided sellers got tired of selling whatever it is that they would like to sell. Risk level is low. RSI is downward sloping, pointing towards the classical oversold level. So the dominant range for ICT is between 129 to 130.2. 129 to 130.2. Closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. The true market sentiment for ICT is neutral. It's neutral. So again, my overall sentiment is bearish on ICT. By now, your trailing stop loss must have already been hit. Don't enter a new position. Wait for the 10 SMACD combo to be revalidated, or at least for the momentum power indicator, its 4-point criteria, to become bullish. Okay? I am bearish on ICT. After ICT, we got Web. Web closed today at 3.95. Support is at 3.84. Resistance is at 4.44. Luckily, the 10 SMACD combo is invalid. It's still invalid. Okay, it's still invalid. What else? RSI is in the neutral level. It's downward sloping. Risk level is low. The negative DMI is above the positive DMI, and the downward momentum is about to become very strong. It's 3 points away from achieving that very strong downward momentum label. Okay, now let's see on Tuesday if the intraday recovery on Web will continue. Let's see if it will continue to trade above 4.2 from where it left off, above 4.10 from where it left last Friday. Let's see, especially if there's positive news about what happened to PCSO. Okay, in alignment to the pronouncement of President Duterte to close the PCSO due to the alleged corruption in the agency. Okay, this is the dominant range of Web. It's between 3.85 to 4, closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. The true market sentiment of Web is still bearish. It's still bearish. I'm still also bearish on Web. I'd like to see our, at least our momentum power indicator to become bullish. Okay, at least. But right now I'm still bearish on Web. Was your trailing stop loss got hit? Sell. Otherwise, hold your position. Don't top up yet. Hold your position. Don't top up. Top up only when the momentum power indicator is bullish. Okay? How about entering a new position? No, not yet. Not yet. At least wait for the momentum power indicator to become bullish. Okay? To reduce your risk. Now, PLC. PLC closed on Monday at 0.7. Resistance is at 0.74. Support is at 0.63. The 10 SMACD combo is invalid already. It's already trading below the 10 SMA, of course. RSI is downward sloping. It's moving toward the classical oversold level. The risk level of a PLC is moderate. It's low rather, low. the negative DMI is hovering the positive DMI. It's about 5 points away from getting that very strong downward momentum label. So do I still need to say that I'm bearish on PLC right now? Yes, I am. The dominant range is between 6.66 to 7 pesos per share. Well, actually, it looks like everything's a dominant range right here. Okay, the true market sentiment of a PLC is bearish. Okay, it's bearish. So, yep, don't enter a new position yet until the momentum power indicator becomes bullish on PLC. I'm not going to give any piece of advice to for those who may have had, because by the looks of this chart, it declined from 0.83 to 0.7. By now, your trailing stop loss for short-term trading purposes must have already been hit. Okay? So, there you go. Don't enter a new position yet until our MPI, Momentum Power Indicator, becomes bullish. Next is LR. LR closed today at 3.62. Support is at 3.2. Resistance is at 3.8. The 10 MACD combo is already invalid. It's already invalid. The downward momentum is 1 point away from getting that very strong downward momentum label. Risk level is low. RSI is pointing closer to the classical oversold level. Yep, classical oversold level. The dominant range of LR with respect to the closing price of 3.62 is between 3.5 to 3.6. 3.5 to 3.62 actually. 3.5 to 3.62. A lot closer to the intraday low than the intraday high. The true market sentiment of LR is bullish. Okay. Well, actually, this should have been. Hold on, let me see here. This is this for LR. Yeah, this should have been neutral only. Okay, not bullish. Okay, let me check this one. It should have been neutral as well, by the way, for PLC. Okay. Now for LR, the true market sentiment is neutral. So my overall sentiment still for LR, that was a true market sentiment, but my overall sentiment once we mix and match everything is bearish on LR. Wait for the momentum power indicator to become bullish, and ideally for the 10 MACD combo to be revalidated, I am bearish on LR. And lastly, we have BCOR. Okay. Okay. BCOR. Let's see. BCOR has it closed at 2.44. Support is at 2.23. Resistance is at 3.06. We can actually plot the midterm resistance right here. There at 2.73. Yeah, 2.73. Our 10 MACD combo is invalid already. It's invalid. The negative DMI is hovering the positive DMI, but it's still relatively far from getting that very strong downward momentum label. And when that happens, BCOR should already be trading closer to the next support at 1.4. Risk level is moderate for BCOR. Okay. Let's see the dominant range. So the dominant range of BCOR is between 2.3 all the way to 2.4. 2.3 to 2.4, it's closer to the intraday high than the intraday low. Yeah, despite it being included in the top 5 losers list. Okay, MPI is bullish already on BCOR, but our 10 MACD combo is absent. The true market sentiment for BCOR is neutral. So here's the thing. For the experienced traders, again, so be honest with yourself, okay? You can actually do a test buy already on BCOR. We can preempt our 10 MACD combo because our momentum power indicator is bullish on BCOR. Just make sure you are dead serious in following, respecting your trailing stop loss just in case our bullish forecast will not materialize. Okay? You can do a test buy within the dominant range on BCOR. Nonetheless, overall sentiment is still bearish, but there's a probability for us to make money since our momentum power indicator is bullish. If that will be sustained and BCOR will hit again the 2.70 level, then that's a good amount of money for us already. So you can do a test buy on BCOR within the dominant range. For all of these 10 stocks that I have discussed in this video, make sure that you post a request for their latest trade in volume distribution and true market sentiment charts in our private clients forum. Of course, only if you are interested or if you have these 10 stocks. It's not mandatory to request for the stocks TVD and TMS chart if you are not interested with it, of course. Yes? Okay, so there you go for today's daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis. I'd like to encourage everyone, especially those of you who subscribe for 1 year, and even those who subscribe for just 6 months, to attend the Evergreen Strategy in Trading the Philippine Stock Market. The very reason why the 1 year subscribers are entitled to a 50% discount is that the attendance to this advanced seminar is mandatory, not only a suggestion. It's mandatory because it's the methodology that we are applying, following, talking about, discussing about in the video every single day. So if you will only subscribe but you won't attend the seminar, you may not be able to fast track your understanding of how I think, how I look at things, how I interpret them, why do I interpret them that way. You must attend this seminar. Okay, you must. Okay, so there you go for today's video. If you have questions, ask in the private clients forum. My name is JC De Guzman. Bye for now.